Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It is morning where I'm at right now. It's a swell day. Swell and well. Swell and well. Swell, swole. Something could be swollen. But also swell could be like working out or maybe even bloated, water retention, water weight. Getting something about water weight. Or just like some sort of swelling or bloating. I think it's swollen. It could be inflated. I'm seeing a bounce house. So it could be anything from an injury that gets swollen, legs that are swollen, anything on the body. Or it could be like maybe working out, someone's swelling, they're like swole, or quite literally a bouncy house, a blow up house, anything that has to expand, it swells. Have you guys, oh wow, okay, I'm getting a vision of a plate of food being put in the microwave. And as the plate, it's got saran wrap, the clear plastic wrap over the plate. A lot of people don't realize you can put that in the microwave. They think it'll melt, but you can put saran wrap in the microwave. At least I do. So I see a plate in my vision right now, and the plate is covered up with saran wrap. It's in the microwave. Whatever it's cooking on, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5, it's creating this bubble on top of the plate. Like it's filling full of hot air, and the food inside is kind of almost steaming. Right? It kind of looks like a flat earth. Like the plate is flat, and then you have like this dome at the top of it, or like an eye. And then once you turn the microwave off, or it shuts off on its own, it usually starts going back down. The saran wrap shrinks back down to the food and almost creates this vacuum seal around the food, like this protective layer. So something is swelling, and as it swells, it creates more room for air to be able to get through. Whatever that is, something to do with swelling and all that. It's very important in this message. I'm picking up on it today. So maybe some of you will know what that means in your situation. I'm even getting some sort of an infection here, or maybe it's, I have a ingrown fingernail, and that's pretty swollen. So it could be something like that, but I'm getting it could be something else. Anything. It could be veins, legs, arms, some sort of injury. It could even be organs. Like someone could have I'm hearing like a fatty liver. I don't feel like this is any kind of like major health threat or anything, that any of this swelling energy I'm picking up on, but it is noteworthy, I do hear though, if there is any swelling that in anywhere, especially on the body or in the body, any swelling that concerns you, contact your doctor or physician, and they'll get you, I'm hearing, will get you fixed right up. It's not really a big problem. It's something, it's like curable, whatever it is. You can get it fixed, is what I'm hearing, okay? But I'm not a doctor. You can also use swollen in the sense of, like someone here could have a whole lot of work to do, or they could have a pile of paperwork. Like they have a whole pile of documents. It's like swollen. They're, what do you call that? Their organizer in the office or something. Someone needs to clean out their like filing cabinet or clean out something because it's like too much papers, too many papers in it. Or someone has like a fat stack of documents, proof, something like that, documents, or a lot of papers to sign. Could even be at a doctor. Like, hey, you need to fill this out, fill out new insurance information or your medical history. It's like, fill out these documents. It could be legal documents. It's like things that need to be filled out, filed, and it's just like a whole lot of, and it could be like a whole lot of running around. Someone here could feel like they're like a chicken with their head cut off, just running around, constantly got things to do. Their to-do list is swollen. I'm gonna stay on this swollen topic, okay? Because I feel like it's the message today. It has something to do with swollen. There's someone here that there's also a great deal to talk about. There's a great deal to discuss, to speak on. And I think that whoever this is, could be you watching, or it could be someone who wants to speak to you. It's a great deal to talk about is what I'm hearing. There's like a great deal to go over, whatever it is. And I feel like it'll be facts, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting like when a doctor speaks to someone, or when a lawyer speaks to someone, it's like, it's not really about feelings. It's not really like, how does this feel? It's more so like, here's what we have to do to fix the issue. Right? because I'm seeing the swollen kind of scenario. And it's like if you were speaking to a doctor and you had something swollen on your body, let's say your legs were swollen, the doctor may say, okay, well, they may not, at this point, they may not ask you, how are you feeling? Because it's not about how you're feeling at this point. It's about how do we fix the issue? How do we fix the problem? So let's get to the root cause. It's like a starting point. Let's start here. And once we fix this, then we can work on other things. Could even be like some type of, there's a procedure involved. You know, like if you were going to fire somebody, you know, there's a procedure. Or maybe you don't want to fire them, but you're like, a company is like giving people less hours so that they quit. You know, someone's ego could be swollen. They could have an inflated ego, right? And it could be because someone doesn't really care how they feel. It's not about feelings. It's about facts. Yeah. I'm seeing somebody in a suit. You know, it's like, it's about facts. It's about right and wrong. And it's about, this is what we have to do. The procedure. This is the procedure that we need, the antidote to fix this issue. Or to, like, let's say you have a whole lot of work and your work is piling on and piling on. Like your to-do list is swollen. It's so massive, it's huge, it's a lot. It's become overwhelming. And or maybe something is just I'm hearing cumbersome. Let me get my other phone so I can look this stuff up. All right, I don't think I've ever heard the word cumbersome, but I'm hearing it now, so let's look it up. Cumbersome definition.
Here's the definition of cumbersome: large or heavy and therefore difficult to carry or use, unwieldy.
Yeah, it's like a great deal. It's a lot. It's heavy. It's burdensome. Maybe even the procedure someone's going to have to take, or the protocol or the steps someone's going to have to take in order to reduce their stress or to handle a situation, whatever that is. To make something, the swelling go down, to make the workload go down, to make the stress go down. It's like whatever procedure or step someone's going to have to take, the protocol, it's kind of stressful and annoying. Like let's say someone did want to fire somebody from a job, just as an example. You know, maybe they're trying to do things or lessen their hours so that they up and quit or whatever. But maybe they would just much rather fire this person because they don't want to deal with them. They don't want to be around them anymore. Or maybe they're trying to make it uncomfortable in the work environment so that they just up and leave. That's just an example, but you get what I'm saying? That's the whole vibe today, guys, is this is about getting things done that need to be done, you know. Okay, let's say somebody gets hurt. Let's say they go to a store and they slip and fall on something and they get hurt. The owner of the company or the manager or something is like, okay, well, we need to make sure we do this. Could be legal, you know, it doesn't have to be, but I do see documents and I see people signing. Just, you know, cross your T's, dot your I's, cover your own ass. And I feel like someone here may do that just in case, you know, or maybe the company reaches out to the person who got the injury, the customer, and they offer them something, right? Or they say, I'm hearing settle. And when I said settle, I saw the plate go back down. You know how I saw the saran wrap in the microwave? I see the saran wrap going back down. It's like, how do we deflate the situation? How do we make it better for everyone involved? Kind of like that. How do we get to a solution? How do we find a solution to this problem? Well, we have to discuss a protocol, or it's going to be a little burdensome. We have to go through all these steps. But if we stay focused and we don't worry about feelings and we just get done what we need to get done, then we will reach an end goal. That's what I'm getting. Taking the appropriate steps. I'm also hearing, instead of deflate a situation, going along with the swelling, the saran wrap, and even the bouncy house or the blow up house. I see kids bouncing, it's inflated. It could be disarming also. Someone may be disarmed, whatever that means in this particular situation. Like something's going on and then I feel that someone comes in and disarms a situation. They have like they have proof, or they have some sort of documents even. It's like they're disarming it. I don't know. Feels very business-like to me. You know, and maybe it's reached this point where it's like, okay, it's not going to be about feelings, it's going to be about business because your health is on the line. Or it's not going to be about feelings, it's going to be about business because your financial security is on the line. It's not going to be about feelings, it's going to be about business because your rights, your human rights are on the line. It's something like that, okay? Some of you also, I see a paper with a lot of names on it. So I don't know if, I don't know. Someone's going to be taking down someone's information. Or you will be giving people your own information, or they're going to be giving you theirs. Something to do with an information exchange. But it could have to do with, it's just the protocol. We have to do this. We need your, I'm hearing name, number, all this. It's like the protocol. It could be in anything, okay? It could be in anything. All in all, guys, this actually feels really good. It just feels very serious, but not like when you hear serious, you think, oh, here we go, like stressful. No, I actually feel like it's just protocol. It's just the steps you have to take to de-stress your life, okay? To get rid of the swelling, to get rid of the, I'm hearing inflation. It's just the steps we have to take to, you know, I don't know, maybe even somebody here could just be, it's all about budgeting, or you know, things we can cut out, things we can sell and get rid of so that we can have more money in this area. It's about organization, things like that, right? If it has anything to do with like documents or signing papers at the doctor's office or papers legally, I think it's going to work out. Everything that someone's going to have to do or is having to do right now is for their own benefit. It's just a little stressful in the beginning, but it's like we're doing this because there's an end goal. You know, it's kind of like when you get surgery on something. It's like we're in a surgical moment, whether spiritually, mentally, financially, someone's in a surgical moment where they're being operated on, or they're being asked to operate on their own life and to be practical, more so diligent, just to be diligent during this time and keep track of things and be organized, because it's going to help the process be a lot smoother. So there is a process that's taking place or will be taking place. It's there are steps to this is what I'm hearing. Like I'm hearing like 3 strikes you're out, you know, there's steps to that. There's steps you may have to get, like if you get a procedure, you may have to get several different procedures. Like therapy, if there's like physical therapy, you don't just go once, you go several times. Like sessions, I feel like someone here could be getting sessions done, or it's like they're doing things in increments. Like I'll spend a couple hours here doing it this day, and then I'll make another appointment, or I'll do it again on this day. You know, it's like sessions. These are my concessions. I know he says confessions. I'm hearing Usher confessions. Now somebody could be confessing here. Someone could be like let's say it's a doctor, just for an example, and the doctor's like, well, have you, like I'm hearing gout. Someone could have gout, or they swell or something, because it's going back to the swelling, and maybe they're asking the patient, you know, have you been eating a lot of shellfish? Have you been eating a lot of salt? Have you been eating a lot of whatever causes people to swell, or like the gout to act up? I know seafood does. And have you been eating your black cherries to help you, or something like that? And the customer or the patient may be like, well, you know, and it's like, if it's therapy, somebody could be in therapy here. Maybe it's not physical therapy, but maybe it's mental therapy. Maybe someone here is spiritual therapy. Somebody's doing something in sessions. Maybe it's Reiki. They're getting sessions done. Could even just be for their hair, like processing. I'm hearing something to do with processing. You could also process paperwork, but, you know, let's say you're going from a level 1, which is black hair, to a level 10. That's a process. You can't go from a level 1 to a 10. I mean, if you do it in a short amount of time, you're going to fry your hair off. So if you go from a black all the way to like an 11, a 10, 11, you know, or you go up to platinum, you're going to be damaging that hair. So you have to take it easy, and you have to process, and or you don't want to over process. This is why it has to be done in increments. It's almost like if you go tanning, you don't tan more than 1 time a day. For those of you that's tanned, you tan 1 time a day so that you're not overdoing it, overexposing yourself. If you're working out, you don't want to overdo it, right? Which I'm really bad about that. When I do get into working out, I throw myself in the beginning and then I burn out. You know what I mean? Like I overdo everything. And so somebody here could be asked to like not overdo something. You have to do it in increments. There's a process. So we have taking the steps, going through the process. Yes, is it cumbersome? It can be, you know, maybe it just takes a lot of time, or having to find the availability to be able to schedule these specific dates, to do these things, to continue your sessions, your processing, the paperwork. You know, it's like finding the time or finding the money or whatever. Maybe there's a distance here and you have to travel a ways, and it's just kind of something is cumbersome here, but it is necessary and it has to be done this way. Maybe some of you are like, I would much rather just get rid of this person. They're not good for our company. They're not good at my business. Something like that, right? And then it's like, well, we can't, you know, because it could bite us in the ass in the end. Someone's going to say something like that. Like, we need to be careful if we do this because it could bite us in the ass in the end. So this is why we have to do this in steps, and we have to... it's almost like slowly deflating the bounce house, right? Slowly drawing out the swelling. Slowly bringing something down instead of crumbling it all at once, or instead of, you know, instead of going right up to the bouncy house and just stabbing the shit out of it and letting all the air out, ultimately ruining the bounce house. It's about undoing the knob or the nozzle, whatever you want to call it, on it, and slowly letting the air come out. You know what I mean? Like a slow descent, a slow release. It's like my finger being infected. I soaked it a minute ago in salt water. I'm going to soak it again. It's like I need to do that as a process. I need to have a sequence. I need to have sessions where however many times a day I soak my finger, and that will help it. But it's not just going to happen overnight. It's a process. I also want to say before I get off here, another thing people could be doing slow is like if someone's getting a divorce, okay? Let's say the person that they're leaving, maybe they have a lot of money involved between the two of them, so like whoever's wanting to leave has to do this slowly. It's a process. It can't happen overnight, either because there's children involved, or because there's a lot of money involved, or all the above, or because maybe they don't want this person to like go crazy and cause their life to be hell. So maybe they first pull away from this person at first. Maybe they first, you know, stop sleeping in the same bed, or then they stop having sex with their partner. You see what I'm saying? It's all about the process, all about bringing something down slowly instead of just ripping the rug out from under, because, or just jumping to a decision, just settling on the first thing. You know, as much as you really want to, it's about having the wherewithal to go through the process, suffer now so that you don't have to suffer later. That's also what I'm getting. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. This is all I'm getting for this particular message, and we'll be back on here in a little bit to get something else. I love you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.